Hola and welcome to today's ProSpanish lesson. This, that, this one, that one, the masculine, the feminine, these, those, these ones, those ones. All of this can be a very confusing area when you're just starting out learning your conversational Spanish. So I'm dedicating this lesson to give you the tricks to make sure that it's crystal clear and that you never make a mistake again in this area. So we're going to start off with this car, este coche. Este coche. This car. Este coche. Just say that. Este coche. This car. If you want to say I like in Spanish, it's me gusta. Me gusta. And we're going to use me gusta so that we can put this, that, etc. into a structure, a meaningful structure. And later on we're going to play around with that so that we can expand your conversation. So, me gusta, I like. How would you say, I like this car? I like this car. Just pause the video to give yourself some thinking time. It might be helpful if it's completely new to you to pause and to write it down. But otherwise you can just do it in your head. So, I like this car. What would that be? Me gusta este coche. Me gusta este coche. So, me gusta este coche. Este coche, this car. If you want to say, I don't like something, you just put no at the beginning. How would you say, I don't like this car? I don't like this car. What would that be? No me gusta este coche. No me gusta este coche. I don't like this car. The word for boy is chico. Chico, boy. Chico. Chico, boy. How would you say, I like this boy? I like this boy. What would that be? Me gusta este chico. Me gusta este chico. I like this boy. And just be aware that me gusta with a person can very often, depending on the context, could have the connotation of I fancy this person, as we would say in the UK. So, me gusta este chico could also be as well as I like this, the personality of this person. Me gusta could also be I fancy this boy. Me gusta este chico. I like this boy. How would you say, I don't like this boy? What would that be? I don't like this boy. No me gusta este chico. No me gusta este chico. So chico, boy. Chica is girl. Chica. Chica is girl. Ending in A. Chica. Now before we had este for this. And that is the masculine este. So este goes with masculine, obviously people, like chico. And masculine nouns. Coche. So now we're on to chica, is obviously feminine, girl. So we say esta, 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 esta chica, esta chica, this girl, esta chica. How would you say, I like this girl? I like this girl. What would that be? Me gusta esta chica. Me gusta esta chica. I like this girl. The word for party in Spanish, nice and easy, fiesta. Fiesta. Party is fiesta. How would you say, I like this party? I like this party. And fiesta, as it ends in an A, although not every single noun that ends in an A is feminine, you'd certainly do well to take a guess that it is feminine and then just learn the ones which are different from that. So, for example, problema ends in an A, but it's actually a masculine noun. There's very few of them, so you're better off to assume that if it ends in an A, it's feminine, and then just learn the ones that aren't. So fiesta is party, fiesta. So how would you say, I don't like this party? I don't like this party. What would that be? No me gusta esta fiesta. No me gusta esta fiesta. I don't like this party. No me gusta esta fiesta. So we've been using me gusta as a way to turn what we're learning into conversational sentences. Me encanta. Me encanta is I love. I love in the sense of this is very enjoyable for me. This is very enjoyable. In fact, encanta is like enchanting. So me encanta, I love, whatever it might be. How would you say, I love this car? I love this car. What would that be? Me encanta este coche. Me encanta este coche. How would you say, I love this party? I love this party. What would that be? Me encanta esta fiesta. Me encanta esta fiesta. Me encanta esta fiesta. I love this party. And we'll just take a brief pause there while I mention the ProSpanish Levels 1 to 6 course, available for download from prospanish.co.uk. We now have thousands of learners from all over the world taking this course. It takes the complete beginner or near beginner right up to a conversational level of Spanish in nice, easy steps. And again, it's available for download from prospanish.co.uk. Okay, so back to the lesson. So, this is este when it goes with masculine, like chico, este chico, and esta when it goes with a girl or a feminine object, esta chica. Now, este and esta, this, also means this one. This one. I like this one. I want this one. And speaking, you wouldn't hear the difference. Written, there's an accent on the first letter, on the E. So by reading, you would know it's referring to this one. And when in speech, it's just by the pure context, it would be clear. So let's say we are choosing cars and saying which one we like, which one we don't like. So we're talking about something masculine, a masculine noun, coche. How would we say, I like this one? I like this one. What would that be? Me gusta este. Me gusta este. So with an accent on the E, but pronounced exactly the same as este, este coche. Me gusta este. I like this one. How would you say, I don't like this one? I don't like this one. And you're talking about a song, una canción, una canción. All words that end in ción in Spanish are feminine. So canción is a feminine word. So how would you say, if you're referring to a song and you're saying, I don't like this one, what would that be? No me gusta esta. No me gusta esta. How would you say, I love this one? I love this one. And here we're talking about a book. And a book is un libro, and libro is masculine. So how would you say, I love this one? What would that be? Me encanta este. Me encanta este. Me encanta este. I love this one. So, we have este and esta, this and that. And este and esta again, meaning this one and that one, but just written with an accent on the first E. The word for I want in Spanish, I want, is quiero. Quiero. I want. Quiero. Quiero. I want. How would you say, I want this one? I want this one. And let's say we're talking about an ice cream. Un helado. Un helado. Un helado is an ice cream and is masculine. So how would you say, I want this one, as you're pointing to it? Quiero este. Quiero este. How would you say, I don't want this one? I don't want this one. And now we're referring to una camiseta. Camiseta is a t-shirt. It ends in A, so it's feminine. So you're looking at t-shirts and you say, I don't want this one. What would that be? No quiero esta. No quiero esta. I don't want this one. Okay, so again, este and esta. This. Masculine, feminine. But how about if we wanted to say, I don't like this. I don't like this. Now, we're not referring to this one, so we're not referring to something specific that we could say is masculine or feminine. A girl or boy, a book, a car. We're just saying, for example, we're in a situation and we're saying, I don't like this. Like, I don't like what's going on. I don't like this. So we actually don't have a masculine or feminine to go to. So how do we choose whether it's este or esta? Well, luckily we don't have to, because we use esto. So esto means this. And it's this when you're talking about something that isn't a specific object or person that has a masculine or feminine. So something where the gender is not assigned, is not known because the object hasn't been defined. And don't worry if this sounds a bit abstract or confusing at first. With some examples, it'll be very, very straightforward. So again, how would you say, I don't like this? Whatever it might, the situation, what would that be? No me gusta esto. No me gusta esto. How would you say, I don't want this? I don't want this. And it could be the food in front of you. It could be an unwanted situation. But the point is, you are not defining the exact noun, the masculine or feminine, the this one or that one. So how would you say, I don't want this? No quiero esto. No quiero esto. Let's say we're at a party and you're saying, I love this. I love this. So you're not saying, I love this one, and you're not saying it with the word party, I love this party. You're just saying, I love this, like the whole experience. So how would you say that? I love this. Me encanta esto. Me encanta esto. I love this. Me encanta esto. When you ask the question, what's this? What is this? You have to say, ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? What is this? Because as soon as you have a masculine or feminine, then you don't need to ask the question anymore, because obviously you've already defined it. You already know that it's masculine or feminine, so you know what it is. So you wouldn't say ¿qué es este? Or ¿qué es esta? You would always say ¿qué es esto? What is this? ¿Qué es esto? And in fact, if you learn ¿qué es esto?, that tells you the rest of the rules. Because as I just said, ¿qué es esto? Is because you don't know whether it's masculine or feminine, because you don't know whether it's este or esta, you have to say ¿qué es esto? So learn that phrase if you don't know it already. What is this? What's this? ¿Qué es esto? So far we have este, esta. This, masculine, this, feminine, this one, masculine, this one, feminine, and then we have esto, which is this, which isn't masculine or feminine, because we haven't defined what the this is yet. It may just be a experience or situation, or it may be in the question, ¿qué es esto? What is this? We haven't defined it yet. To say that car, we say ese coche, ese coche, ese coche. And you'll see that it's very similar to este coche, which is this car. Ese coche, that car, just without the T. Now there are various ways to remember the difference between this and that, este and ese. I think the simplest is just to remember one simple phrase. Once you've remembered one, then every other one will follow. So if you just learn, you could choose whatever you want. You could just learn, este coche is this car. And as long as you have that very clearly, este coche is this car, then automatically you're going to remember that ese coche is that car. Ese coche. So, ese coche, that car. How would you say, I love that car? I love that car. What would that be? Me encanta ese coche. Me encanta ese coche. How would you say, I don't like that boy? I don't like that boy. What would it be? No me gusta ese chico. No me gusta ese chico. I don't like that boy. And if we're going to say that girl, take a guess. From what you know about this girl, what do you think that girl would be? Take a guess. Esa chica, that girl. So just like ese, it's the same as the this, but without the T. That's why, going back to what I said before, if you just remember one phrase, este coche, this car, then you'll remember all the rest, because then you'll remember, okay, so the this is the one with the T, and the that is the one without the T. So, esa chica, that girl. You may remember I said canción was song before. Canción, and I said all words ending in ción in Spanish are feminine. Canción is song. How would you say, I love that song? I love that song. What would that be? Me encanta esa canción. Me encanta esa canción. So, ese, that, esa, that in feminine. And take a guess, what do you think that one will be? I want that one. So let's say we're talking about cars and somebody is choosing a car and they say, I want that one. What do you think that will be from what we've already learnt? Quiero ese. Quiero ese. So the only difference between that and that one is it has an accent on that one, on the E, in the written form. Otherwise, there's no difference. So, ese, that one. Quiero ese, I want that one. And we're referring to the car. Let's say we're talking about casa, a house. Casa, ends in A, feminine, casa. How would you say, I like that one. I like that one. And you're pointing to the house that you'd like. I like that one. What would that be? Me gusta esa. Me gusta esa. Okay, so quickly go back. We started off right at the beginning. Este coche, this car. Este coche. So este, this, masculine. Then we said that feminine, this is esta. Esta. And we learnt that this one, that one is the same. Este. If it's a masculine, this one. Esta. If it's a feminine, this one. Now, what was it for what was the word for this when we didn't have a kind of defined object or person that we could assign a masculine or feminine to? What was that word? We also used it with what is this? Esto. Esto. So esto is used for when we don't have the masculine or feminine. If we do, we use este or esta. And if we don't, we have esto. That's what we saw. So what do you think it will be if it's that, but where we don't have the masculine or feminine? So for example, we're saying, what is that? What is that? Well, obviously we can't say whether it's masculine or feminine because we're actually asking what that is. So have a guess. What do you think? How do you think we would say if esto is this in that context? What would that be? Eso. Eso. Without the T, just as in ese, esa, and now eso. No gender, no masculine or feminine. So how would you say, what is that? What is that? How would we say that? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? What is that? What's that? ¿Qué es eso? How would you say, I don't like that? I don't like that. So it might be something that's just happened, something you were talking about that happened the other day. What would it be? No me gusta eso. No me gusta eso. I don't like that. No me gusta eso. How would you say, I love that? I love that. Somebody's just mentioned something that's happened and you say, I love that. What would it be? Me encanta eso. Me encanta eso. I love that. So this is este. Always go back to este coche, this car. That's your starting point. Este coche, this car. Or if you prefer, this boy. Este chico. Have a starting point. Este chico, este coche. Then, go on to the feminine. Esta. Esta chica. This girl. Feminine. Then this one. Este and esta. With the accent on the E. Este, esta. And then to the no masculine or feminine. Esto. ¿Qué es esto? What is this? What is this? And then we move on to that. And it's exactly the same as this, but we just take out the T. So, ese coche, that car. Ese chico, that boy. And then on to the feminine. Esa chica, that girl. Esa casa, that house. And then that one. Ese with an accent on the E, or esa with an accent on the E. and then that doesn't have a masculine or feminine, eso, eso. What is that? ¿Qué es eso? And that concludes today's Pro-Spanish lesson. As mentioned before, if you're looking to become confident and a competent speaker of Spanish, then head over to prospanish.co.uk, where you can download the full Levels 1 to 6 course, which will take you right up to a conversational level of Spanish in nice, easy, crystal clear steps.